Welcome to TechRaptor. My name is Andrew Stretch. I'm here today with Chef Mike and actor-filmmaker Sujata Day, and we're here to talk about the Heroes Feast TV show for the D&D Adventures channel. First of all, I'd love to hear from you guys. How did Heroes Feast come about, and how were you guys approached for this project?
So, there is a Heroes Feast cookbook that is in existence, and it became incredibly popular. I think it's on a bestseller list. And then, at least how I got involved, apparently somebody Google searched D&D chef, and your boy right here popped up. So I got, I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons for years and years. Talk about it publicly and on all my social media channels. So I did have a little bit of a D&D audience previous to this. One thing led to another. They're like, hey, I know you've never been on a TV show ever or hosted a thing. You want to do this? Sign me up. So that's kind of how I got on board.
So about 5 years ago, a group of my girlfriends and I put together a D&D playing group called Dungeons and Dragons Girls Guts Glory. And I think like 2 or 3 of us knew how to play, but then the rest of us did not know how to play, and I did not know how to play. So we had a coach, and then we coached on how to play for about 6 months, and then we did our characters, we acted them out, we had our voices, we dressed up as the characters, we shot it, put it on YouTube, and learned how to play Dungeons and Dragons in that sense. And then Wizards of the Coast actually saw those videos and asked our group to come up and play in Washington. And then it was around Christmas time, I think last year, that I was approached to be the host for the show. But I was very honest with them because I do not know how to cook. And and my Dungeons and Dragons ability and skill is pretty beginner level as well. But I was really excited to find out that my host, Chef Mike, was very advanced in Dungeons and Dragons and also just a professional chef. As you can see, he's sitting in a kitchen right now. So
for Heroes Feast, the TV show, what can people expect going into it, and how might it be different from other cooking shows that they've seen before?
Excellent question. So I think from my end, I did not write this cookbook and I never made the recipes before. So what's, I think, fun and approachable is that, Sujata talked about her cooking level. We have a variety of guests, and each guest makes such a unique episode based on their personality, their energy, their skill level. But we're kind of figuring things out every episode as we go along. Like, I've never made this either, so let's figure this out together. So there's a lot of learning. I think some recipes turned out fantastic and some were pretty good based on, again, we've never done this before, making some adjustments, utilizing this new kitchen. And I think it was also fun for us because this is a approved SAG production, but this was done after the writer's strike. So there is no prompter, there are no feeding lines. And for me, I've never done this before. So it was, hey, Chef Mike, host the show with Sujata, turn the cameras on and cook. Let's do it. So it has that feel of there's mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes. And I'm very much the complete opposite of a Gordon Ramsay chef. This is how you need to do it. This is what we got. Let's figure it out. And if it doesn't turn out, that's okay. We'll order a pizza. Don't worry about it. So very approachable for the average, if not very new beginner cook at home.
Something else that I love about the show is that it's not a competition show. So it's just good vibes. It's just a super positive. We're having fun with our guests. We're getting to know them as they're getting to know us. And it's just really, really fun and good energy. And I feel like you don't get that a lot in a lot of these shows. So I'm excited to just put out good vibes.
And I saw some dice rolling in the trailer, I believe. Is that anything that you can talk about?
Yeah. I mean, is this breaking news? So we play a lot of games in the show, which was really, really fun. I became sort of like the game master, if you will. And to pick our sides or to pick our ingredients, we would roll the dice for those things. And then we would also play games to learn more about our guests. And that would be really fun too, because you would also be learning more about me and Mike as well.
Can you say what your favorite recipe from the book was to cook?
I can't stop thinking about the shepherd's pie.
I think that one turned out really good. I think the shepherd's pie, and then we did a type of kind of ratatouille inspired dish that I think on camera just looks so impressive, and then people see how we made it and they will be like, we can do that. You're just shingling ingredients in a pot and baking it in the oven. Like, yeah, that's all you got to do. So I think that one turned out very, very well as well.
I also loved the stuffed French toast. That was
Ooh, yeah. And that one, the dice roll determined what we needed to stuff the French toast with. And the dice was in our favor, I think, for that.
I think we did all of it though. We made some with.
Did we? We
there were
audibled
different ingredients, and it was 2 guests that day, so there were 4 of us, and we all sort of were hoping for different things, and then we each got what we wanted in our.
And if a guest is like, you know what, I want to make it with this, who am I to tell the dice? I mean, because again, we're trying to make it friendly, and we want them to enjoy what they're making. So, all right, you know what? Let's re-roll it. You get inspiration. Let's re-roll the dice roll, whatever it is, and then we would, make what they want.
Yeah, no gatekeeping in D&D.
Remember that big? Oh, this might be breaking news too, but we had that big D20.
Oh, the mammoth that was like a prop on something else.
It was literally this big.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Yeah.
So it sounds like chaos ensues is really the gist of things.
Chaos and shenanigans for sure.
Yeah. Our first guest is Matthew Lillard, and one of the first thing he did was pull a knife out of the knife block. And Matthew Lillard with a knife in his hand is chaos. And that's day one. So a lot of the show is wrangling. We got to get back to making the thing. So a little bit of wrangling going on as well. But it was so much fun. And again, every guest, every episode is so unique that you could jump around. I think once all the episodes are live, and each one is a whole lot of fun.
One thing, and this might be a bit of a bigger question, but why do you guys think that there's such a large link between Dungeons and Dragons and food? Either the preparing or the communal feasting.
I think even when I was playing Girls Guts Glory with my girlfriends, we were going on the adventures and we would be talking about food. Like we would always end up at a pub and we're drinking beers and eating turkey legs and stuff. So I think food is a huge part of Dungeons and Dragons and the lore and the characters, because you need a lot of fuel and energy to go on all the adventures that you go on, and to fight and to do all the things that you do in a game.
I think on 2 different levels, there's the playing a game with your friends. Maybe you're playing 8 to 10 hour session because you can only play once a month. So everybody's bringing things to the table and sharing, bringing their own creativity and their own food items in the actual out-of-game universe. Then there's the whole layer of food and culture in any universe. So different locations, maybe a city is, by the sea, so you're going to have more seafood. Maybe a location is underground in the Underdark. Maybe it's in a forest. And all of that can translate into what food is available in that area, as well as your hobo group might be a variety of different races and classes and from different areas and have different food preferences. And how is that dealt with in the live game setting could cause a whole bunch of shenanigans as well. So I think both in and out of game, food is incredibly important to the game and how things evolve with your partners.
Wonderful. That's so beautiful.
Yeah. And that's why, again, we're not trying to be villainous. We're not trying to upstage anyone. We're not, you messed up. We're here to learn. Let's do it together. If it's wrong, we're in it together. We're gonna eat this no matter what. So
I will say,
hopefully,
even if we did kind of mess up the recipe or the food, it still tasted delicious. So
yeah, absolutely.
If you put a whole lot of tasty things into a dish, no matter how it looks, it's probably going to be tasty.
Yep, I agree.
A really important thing that I did want to know from both of you, you're heading to a D&D game. What is your ultimate snack or food to bring with? What powers you at the table?
oh, I mean, I'm a savory person. I have a savory tooth, so mine would be salt and vinegar potato chips.
Ooh, excellent choice. For me, I'm very strategic at what I bring because we're touching dice, we're moving minis.
Mhm.
I don't need cheesy fingers. I don't need a sandwich that's dripping sauce all over me. So certainly a thing like pizza, which is relatively clean. You don't need silverware. You could eat it on a plate. Little appetizers that you may either just are on like a canapé or you need to stab with a little toothpick so that way your hands are clean. Try to incorporate fresh vegetables and fruits into, because usually
Always
it's a bag of
important.
potato chips, it's this, that, cookies, whatever. So maybe a little crudité platter to get a little roughage in you. But I strategically try to bring things that are easy to eat, low odor, because if you have this stinky fish dish and maybe somebody isn't all about that, that could be a negative experience at the gaming table. So planning on what to bring based on your adventuring party is also some good strategy.
I love that chef gave a chef answer and I gave a
You know.
like, what can I buy at the
Yeah.
grocery store answer, which is like pretty much the vibe of our show.
Yes, that is why Mike Jada, or Psych, which is our platonic ship name, works absolutely perfect.
Yeah, we gave ourselves a
Psych
ship
is a
name in case you
great
wanna-
name.
in case
Psych.
you wanna highlight that. Yeah.
I like
Will
that.
do for sure.
That's the one most important thing of this interview is the Psych platonic relationship name. Very important.
I reckon we'll just cut everything except that,
Yeah,
and we'll just
yeah.
put that up. It'll be a TikTok. It'll be fine.
Love it.
Probably most importantly, when and where can people watch this?
The official launch date is the 13th, which I believe is this Monday on Amazon's Freevee as well as Plex. It's part of the D&D Adventures streaming service where there's going to be a variety of programs, not only ours, but Faster, Purple Worm, Kill, and Encounter Party, which we've had guests from all of those on our show as well. And some of our guests obviously were a part of all the different programs, but so there's some references to the other shows, but there's also some old school D&D stuff that will be on these channels as well that I'm very much looking forward to watch.
If people aren't able to catch it live, where will they be able to catch it?
It'll stay on Amazon Freevee and Plex after
Excellent.
it debuts. Yeah.
Love good on-demand entertainment.
Yes.
Well, thank you guys so much for taking the time to chat with TechRaptor today, and I'm looking forward to pulling out my cookbook again and doing some cook-alongs with you guys.
Love it. That's what it's
Thanks
for.
so much, Andrew.